Derek, I think it was when I actually moved to Orange from Sydney. I was looking for things for my children to do in the process of moving and what I could actually help them in the transition of moving to Orange from Sydney. In doing so, I actually heard about orange bush nippers was the first thing that I heard about, and I was absolutely surprised that they even had something like that here in Orange, or in the country for that matter. That then introduced me to the dragon boat racing. And then I actually questioned as to where all this happens, and then I was told about Lake Canobolas. Now there is also the Orange Olympic Pool, which I was also told did host the orange bush nippers. And so it made me think that when you're living in Sydney, you don't think of water when you think of country. You think of fields and paddocks and livestock and friendly country people, but you certainly don't think of water. And so I decided that it was important that we actually showcased what water activities and sports that we do have here in Orange and the region. And that was really the whole idea behind Slow Summer, was to actually showcase not only the water activities and the sports and the wonderful groups that are here in the region, but also just the recreational facilities and areas that we have. Because I also wasn't aware of Lake Canobolas, I wasn't aware of Gosling Creek, I wasn't aware that all these places did exist. So I thought it was important in a festival to not only showcase it to those who are actually visiting from other parts of New South Wales and other states, but also just to the community that lives here. You know, how aware are they of all these sporting groups and of all these recreational parks and facilities that we have.
You're having a day on the beach at Lake Canobolas. How is that going to work out?
Well, that was sort of something that did evolve, and that was really started off with talking to orange bush nippers that in turn introduced us to the Royal Lifesaving. In the Slow Summer Festival, what we're also trying to do is actually introduce an educational component, which is also about water safety. So that, in talking to orange bush nippers, as said, Royal Lifesaving also became involved, and we thought, well, let's keep going with this. So we talked to council in regard to supporting us with sand, to be putting some sand, which they do apparently on an annual basis anyway, but we actually said, can they do it before this festival? We thought of expanding it to beach volleyball. So in going out to Lake Canobolas, I also looked at the landscape and I thought it is beautiful, but we thought, let's add some colour. So from that came the idea of the Lilo race, of having lots of colour and lots of fun. So we've got the Lilo race out there. In addition to that, we started talking to the dragon boat people, and they were very, very keen to showcase dragon boat racing. And so we've actually now formed a dragon boat challenge. So we've got lots and lots of things. We've got music, we've got a local band going on out there, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. We're just hoping that the weather is going to be on our side. But if it's not, we'll just smile and carry on.
Well, of course, if it rains, that's just going to cement your theme of water, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Rain will help in the whole thing. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the weather is on our side. But at the end of the day, fortunately, it's warm. And water and heat, they go together. So, but as I said, there is an important safety component to here. We actually are making sure people are aware of water safety, just the awareness of being careful around water with young children. And so we've got lots and lots of things, but the art competition is a wonderful thing, and the water theme has been received very well. And it's sort of certainly made people extend themselves to the different interpretations of what water means to them.
Overall, do you think you've struck a good balance this year between activities and the established features of Orange, which of course is wine and food?
I think so, because I think that what we need to, Orange in this region has so much, and I think that one of the areas that I would like to focus on is that wine and food are certainly a very important part of why people come to visit Orange, and I think it's important that they also see that there's an opportunity to bring their children, bring an extended family along, that there is something else for them to do. So what we're trying to do is complete the whole picture. It's not just wine and food, certainly an important part, but there is so much to do for the family who wine and food is maybe not as of great importance, but there is a balance. So it's completing the circle of that we can actually provide interests for all levels and all different ages and all different levels of interest.
what would you say in there is the most unusual thing, the thing that excites you the most?
I think it's the enthusiasm. I mean, the enthusiasm, the people that have been so positive about doing something different, new, exciting, and supportive of it. You know, from everything from the day at the beach to, you know, we've got the slow summer stars and movies at Gosling Creek. You know, to the blokes barbecue cooking classes, to the art competition. There is just the enthusiasm is just, you know, sometimes people tend to drag their heels and a little bit sort of like, yeah, it's all fantastic, but, you know, I hope someone else does it. Everyone's got really behind it, and the enthusiasm to me has been the most surprising and the most outstanding, but that is just, to me, a continual endorsement of how wonderful the people are in this region.